Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Immoral. I'm your host, Jamila.
And I am Mecca. And we
And boy, oh
have our
boy,
faces
are we back?
on our shirts today. Bitch, put me on a shirt while I'm
Cop the
still here to see it.
merch. Cop the
You feel
merch. Cop the
me? I'm
merch.
still walking. I'm on a
It is
shirt.
available now.
Unhingedimmoral.com. How?
Yes. We do have merch, and we also be having some new drops coming very, very soon. So
I blame
make sure you
Mecca
stay
is
in
definitely on the
tuned.
way, y'all. I know that we always joke about it, but it actually is coming this time.
Yes, we got some goodies on the way. And if you're locked into the Patreon, then you already know you're going to get first dibs on anything new that drops. That's why you got to be a Patreon Unhinged crew. Join the Unhinged crew.
We even try and throw in sprinkle.
Let's talk about our fandom now.
We have a fandom. That's so crazy. That's so a screw crew. Unhinged.
Screw crew.
And then you drop the screw. Hey, drop the screw emojis in the chat or like a wrench.
So just drop some screw emojis, some screws, some wrenches.
Anything metal.
I said wrenches. You see what I do. Ranch. Drop the wrenches and them screws in the chat.
Country as hell. Ranches. Them screws.
Drop the wrenches in the damn chat.
Ratchet screw. What's it called? It literally is a wrench screw.
I'm currently drinking a protein shake because I am about to lose this gut and shit on you bitches even more than I do now.
I drink coffee to shit. So
that's what I'm on today. But yeah, so drop some screws in the track. The who? All right.
Now you listen.
Next, moving on. Let's talk about the big ass elephant in the room. We have been on our grind, y'all. We have done so freaking much, and it's now like completely unfolded by now. And so you guys have seen all the things that there is to be seen as of now, and of course we have so many more things to come, right. But I want to know what you guys were thinking when y'all seen us dropping these interviews back to back like that. I know y'all's probably like, okay bitch, no, what the fuck, like, because we kind of just didn't really prep. We didn't really announce that we were doing that. Yeah. We really just kind of, everything happened honestly kind of fast, but in a good way. Mm-hmm. And it was more so the rollout afterwards. And it was just so great being kind of off. Like, we honestly have taken several weeks off of recording because we like recorded all of those in the span of like 10 days.
I was skeptical at first,
even less.
It was more like
you were.
Well, remember when you was like, I was like, no, I kind of like, because for almost a year we've had a standing recording day every Monday.
Oh, yes. Oh, so you were skeptical about the schedule. I thought you were talking about like the interviews. I
was skeptical about the batch recording.
Oh, yes. I had to let her know.
Jamila definitely was like, no, this will be better. And then I think, no,
we're going to do this.
Better. This will be, just wait and see, it'll be better.
You'll be all right.
And then I also think you got to remember that week, not only were that 9-day span that I was in Atlanta, when everyone was like, are you in fucking Houston right now? Did you move to Atlanta? Yes and no. Right. Like, we also were going on other people's podcasts. I remember Lex was telling me about their Poor Minds, Lex and Drea. We were talking the day we went on there, and they were talking to me. Lex was talking to me about their batch recording schedule. That was when we first got there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, and then with Jay was kind of telling us like, oh, this will come out here. Da, da, da. So I was just seeing, okay, this is seems to be normal. Like the people, like batch. Who? So we're the only ones who are doing like a weekly. Like it's like right. Showing up to work every day. Like,
probably I'm sure there are some podcasts, especially the ones that are probably more so like timely based, that probably do that like weekly. But I think what I had said before is like, it has honestly worked for us for what it needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like for what we were trying to do, which is build a platform and build consistency. I think that definitely trained us in a way of like, we know we have to do this, and kind of like created muscle memory. And so now we're able to kind of do a whole bunch at once and then kind of take a step back while still doing stuff for the podcast. But considering the way we was moving this summer, I just knew that those weekly episode recordings was not going to be sustainable.
I'm sold.
Welcome to Death Row.
I'm sold. I wasn't sold in the beginning. Now I was sold. Yeah. I'll give Jamila her flowers here. I want to say like, we always had a vision for the podcast, but I do think with Jamila having a production background, like a lot of what you saw in terms of the sets and the da 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 and the studio, like that was her brainchild. I was just kind of like, okay,
thank you, child. Thank you, child.
Everything
Listen,
looks great.
When it comes to production, that is where I come alive and get to be the bossiest bitch you've ever known.
Oh, and let me tell you something.
And I live
baby,
for it.
I went in the day we was recording with the artists and stuff. Girl, I wouldn't have sat in that room. I wouldn't have sat in my dressing room. I said, because she's in bossy mode, and all I got to do is show up and talk. So I'm gonna let her. Y'all was out there setting. You said, okay. I remember I walked out there.
Right.
Mind you, Jamila and I are obviously in there as hosts, and two, everyone talking shit about us not having water for Tucson.
It can't, like, damn, we don't have water for one guest.
I was about to say, we had went and bought food for everybody, for the whole crew and everything. Because the thing about Tucson is also, I said this in the comments, y'all are cool. And he was clearly busting our balls. Like, we went to lunch right after that. It really wasn't that deep. So that's why I was like,
to also defend us, we have prepared snacks and water for our guests for that entire week, and we left it in the kitchen. The thing that you guys are missing is it was a shared space, right? We came back and they took all our shit, so we had anticipated having at least a water and a granola. And baby, the rest of the office said, "Bitch, please, you better put your name on this shit or tuck it away." So that's how we got there, and it was like, well, we started to record.
And again, like it's honestly, with everyone we've recorded with, there's been a familiarity. So it really was just that I was like, this would be an actual critique if he wasn't obviously joking. Like, that's the part. But then also, I do feel like this first go around was such good training because, the space that we were recording in with Tucson particularly is for the foreseeable future where we plan on recording our other podcasts. So, okay, since it's a shared space, we do need to put our name and our stuff for our guests. Like that whole week, we were just learning, going on the fly, like taking notes, like, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we not need to do next time. We'll do it this way. So this whole, it came out amazing, but I do think this next round of interviews, we're only going to get better. Because I just feel like the next round is going to be even better because since we was recording every day, twice a day, it was like we were making mistakes, but then like having to figure it out on the fly, which was really cool. Like even with everything, I know Tucson is our most recent one. But even with Tucson being tall as shit in that chair, I don't know what we were supposed to do.
Mind you, I didn't realize he was buckled in that damn seat till after I was editing. I said, "Oh, that baby buckled. That baby in that buckled, feet just cockeyed. Oh, that poor baby. Sorry, too."
Comments, they said, "Why y'all got Tucson in this tiny ass chair?" We like, we didn't buy the furniture, and the motherfucker's 6'4".
Mind you, Kev and Deontay was in the same seat. Same with Sierra. Everybody else looked normal. Tucson long ass legs was just buckled up in that damn seat. My bad too. I know. Hey y'all, it's me. Sorry to interrupt your episode. I know you guys are having a good old nasty kiki with your girls on Unhinged and Immoral, but I wanted to stop to tell you guys about an amazing showcase that's coming to Atlanta next week, Wednesday, October 1st. Let me tell you something about Love Scene. If you like R&B, if you like singers that keep that microphone on, this is going to be the show for you. The headliner for the show is Jalen Jones, and if you don't know, you better find out really, really quickly. She is really that girl, and as someone who has seen her perform twice live, I'm here to tell you, you are in for a treat. Tickets are on sale right now. I'll put the link in the description below, and you already know I'm going to be there front and center, so if you see me, come say hey. The Love Scene, Wednesday, October 1st. I'll see y'all there.
That's not us. That is a tall person issue. But now, even thinking about it, I would be like, okay, like just having the mind to tell them, put your foot out, okay, baby. Like, don't be, but like, I was watching it giggling.
This is all trial and error. These were our first like in-person interviews in this capacity. Of course, we did Lavelle in person, but we were at Melissa's setup. So we were essentially in her living room and had a whole setup. So we still had kind of that and we still didn't have the camera and the equipment that we had this time.
Yeah.
So when we did this round, guys, I want y'all to understand we were in 2 real deal studios with real deal equipment. And so for me, I guess my main concern that week was like the logistics. I was just like, we are doing so many interviews because we were doing 2-a-days a
Yeah.
few times, right? So in my mind, I'm like, I need to make sure we're on time because we don't want to mess with anyone's time. You know, Kev is a busy man. Kev was in and out,
Kev came
baby.
in there
And he had to go.
with Josh. Shout out to
Okay.
Josh, his photographer. They came in there and we sat down. When they
Hello.
left, they went right to the other
And they said,
appointment.
thank
Thank
you. And
you.
he had something right else. And something for you guys to understand about this space of entertainment, especially if you want to get into this field, I want you to understand, put this in your mind right now, talent always has somewhere to be. So you need to be very, very like on your toes and like very timely. And so that's something that I was worried about. And I was I just wanted to make sure it looked good, right? Everything else, like those trials and tribulations, I knew we would fix out the kinks later, and it wouldn't be anything that was like OD detrimental. And honestly, like looking back, considering how short of a time period we had to actually prepare, because that's what y'all
don't.
Let me tell you something.
Jamila got an idea in her head, and I mean, I was in Atlanta within 2 weeks. Jamila said, I have an idea, and we're going to do it like this. Bitch went and scheduled, and this is how we scheduled it. Honestly, scheduled around Kev, because when we found out Kev was going to be in Atlanta, we said, okay, well, let's take advantage of Kev being in Atlanta. And then
say, well, Kev got to be there.
And so, but everybody else was basically based in Atlanta that we interviewed. So it was like, we had Kev, when Kev gave us his date, then we built out the schedule around Kev, essentially, and that's what y'all saw.
Yes.
I think,
and I want you guys to really like, I need you guys to understand how we got to that point, because none of that was like pre-planned for months. So let's back up, right? We were supposed to do Poor Minds months ago, but because, you know, they were doing Travel Queens, our date got pushed back, right? So put that into your mind, right? We finally got a date solidified. Okay, y'all, we are going to shoot Poor Minds August 6th. We said, okay, period. We shoot with the girls. We was excited. That was the only plan, right? But then I said, okay, well, since Mecca's already going to be in town, let's go ahead and follow up with Akeem. Because again, Akeem, we were supposed to do Akeem's interview before his tour started in June, right? Yeah. It will by the time this comes out.
Girl, you confused the shit out of me.
I would never spoil. Y'all would never get a spoil from me. I'm locked in.
I was really going to say, Jamila, you're doing so good. You haven't spoiled anything.
No, you know, I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil. So yeah,
we were supposed to. Y'all know about that now.
Y'all know about Akeem, period. We were supposed to do Akeem's interview before his tour. That was going to be a part of like the promo for his tour rollout. But again, things happened. He was very busy. We were very, very busy. We didn't have a chance to align. Okay, cool. Fast forward to we get a date for Poor Minds. I'm like, okay, Mecca, let me see if I can circle back with Akeem. Right? So I circle back with him. What's your availability looking like? Do. His birthday was on the 11th, and he said, we can't do it that day. We can do it the day after. I said, period. You going to be here at least through the 6th to the 12th.
I remember I was about to buy the ticket, and you said, no, Akeem said we can't.
Hold on. Yeah.
Hold on. Akeem said he can't film on his birthday. And I said, this is such Leo behavior, Gerald. We're not going to film on my birthday.
And I said, you know what?
But that's fair. And then even down to,
fair.
We met Zay's manager when we were speaking at the Urban League conference, which was probably about a month before we ended up recording with Zay, just at the little gala party.
Yeah, because it was right after Essence Fest. So that was in July.
Met Jay Hill during that same weekend as well. Let
me tell y'all all of this
you know all the elitist organizations, but you will network.
Listen,
you will network down.
I tell you, I said I have the will on me. I was like, I am going to take advantage of this bitch.
Jamila gave me a pep talk. She said, "Bitch, it's time to turn it on." I remember because you know when you at them conferences all day and you be tired by the end, you just be like, "Oh my."
This how Mecca be by minute 30. I'm gonna be over there.
No.
I'll be over there. Let me know what you're doing.
What I will do is go find somewhere to sit down. If I'm not like constantly engaged, then I'm going to like zone out. So Jamila was doing something completely separate of me because we were fine. I don't know what she was doing, but she was doing something different. some other interview girl, because again,
Let me tell you
we are
something.
entity, but then we are separate collectively. So she had something else she was doing. So I said, all right, I'm gonna go over there and
Mhm.
sit down. She said she hit the phone
Yeah.
like, okay, I do need you to lock in. I need you to turn on the charm. And I'm like, ah.
It's time to start talking, bitch.
So I went and started talking. And I remember right as you were sending me that text message, you didn't know this, but someone had came up to me and just was like, can I take a picture? And I said, this will defrost me. Hey.
I'm crying. Yeah, that's crazy. I completely forgot about Jay being there
Yep.
too. So Jay was actually working at the National Urban League Conference
Mhm.
on the production team, because if y'all don't know, he has a background in production. So he's doing production. I'm
Mhm.
like, I didn't see this nigga face somewhere before.
Mhm.
Turns out where I had seen him at is because he literally did an interview with Deontay. Again, our web is growing. So I was like, yeah, and you know me, one thing about it, yeah. So you bring us on your podcast.
Let's work.
You know, let us come on
Let's
yours.
work.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, boom. So then we went to this party that they were throwing, and this is when we
The
met up
YP.
with Johannes, the
YP.
YP event.
Urban League
So
YP.
Johannes is actually frat. Okay, so shout out to the men of 1906, right? So that's how we first connected,
Mhm.
right?
I think
Again,
that's why
sometimes you got to be a part
I
of an
think that's
org.
why Jamila was off on the gone on me, because she was doing her org thing. She was doing some things with them ladies and
Hey,
girls.
he said, "Hey, I seen that pink and green. Hey, that's me, right? Okay, so boom, so we chopping it up, a kiki kaka, right? And I'm like,
Mhm.
we're just getting to know each other. He's like, yeah, where you based? I'm like, I'm in Atlanta. He's like, oh, me too.
Mhm.
I'm like, what do you do? He works in music management. What the fuck have I been doing for the past year, y'all? Music management.
Mhm.
So we get to connect on there. He shows me his artist, but it just goes over my head, right? He's just talking casually about his artist. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. Like, we'll definitely link up when we get back in the city and work, blah, blah, blah. So fast forward to when we get in the city, y'all. Zay, which y'all already seen, right?
Mhm.
That is Johannes. Let me use the baby stage name. That's 4G's artist.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna
So
say
listen.
Johannes.
Listen, my bad. Spill the beans. You'll be all right. So yeah, so basically a week before everything got solidified, I'm hitting up 4G like, yo, this is what we're doing.
Mhm.
Because me and him were supposed to link up, but I had been so busy. So I'm like, listen, we gotta da 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 da. He was like, yo, my artist is in town. My artist just so happened to be in town. Zay lives in LA, y'all.
Mhm.
He just so happened to be in town doing promo for his new single and shit like that. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. We do all the things I said, bring him on. And it was at that moment I said,
Unhinged and unplug.
this could be deeper. Everybody give me a second. I started putting some fuses together.
Mhm.
I utilized the resources and the relationships. And here's a message: bring back community, as we say every episode.
Snaps in the chat. Drop some screws in the chat for community.
If it had not been for
Community.
community, you would not have had the episodes you had.
Mhm.
Y'all just don't even know. All of that was just off the strength of our relationship building.
Mhm.
Literally.
Let me tell you something.
Literally. Huh.
They always, well, this is what my mama told me growing up, and this is why she always has like, I put y'all in certain things because it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And it's like, as a
Mm-hmm.
teenager hearing that, it's like, nah, I don't want to go to fucking etiquette class, stupid shit. But it's like, I be looking at all the things like, bitch, the way we be pulling from Hampton alone, just, oh, can you come do this? Can you come do that? The way I be pulling from my Deb class alone, oh, can we do this? Can we do that? Like, y'all don't, like, yes. It
Mm-hmm.
do be paying to be in community and to know how to hold a conversation. I know this generation truly
Absolutely.
hates small talk and truly acts like it's too much emotional weight to like pick up. But I promise you, when Jamila says what you saw happen, the level of production that happened was off the strength of us pulling up and being darlings and knowing how to hold a good conversation, that is not an exaggeration. Like,
Literally.
unfortunately, you do have to be nice to get shit. And I think that's where the
Yeah.
dots aren't connecting. Y'all want shit, but don't want to be nice. Don't want y'all want community,
Mm-hmm.
but don't want to contribute to the community. And it's never
Mm-hmm.
gonna work like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I just want to shout out to Kev again real quick. I got to shout out to my big cousin Kev any chance I get.
Kev is
Because
goated. Kev is goated.
not only has he continuously brought us to LA, and he will continue to do that. I asked him and he said yes. So I can say that. He did say that he'll bring us back. And I said, just ask me and the answer is yes. So let me tell you how we got Kev, because I think this is also a little funny. There was a podcast summit in Atlanta, right? Hosted by David Shands. If you know his podcast, I can't remember what the podcast called, but David Shands, if you are into podcasting, you know him, right? So he's hosting a podcast summit, and honestly, I wanted to go to the podcast summit, and no shade, David Shands, I did DM you about getting into the damn summit, and you ain't damn respond. But that's cool, no shade, no beef or nothing, but you was probably busy. But anyways, I'm looking at the damn flyer. I said Kev is gonna be one of the damn speakers at the damn summit. So basically, we was stalking him. And so we text Kev, because, me and Kev text. We text. You know what I'm saying? We cool like that, y'all. We got a group message. Anyways, so we text Kev. I said, yo, we see you going to be in town. You want to come on the pod? And that's all we had to do.
And he said, finally, because I had y'all on mine and y'all was trying to act Hollywood. I said, well, no.
Hello?
You didn't think you'd want to come on our podcast.
Like, hello? So that's how that came to be. With Deontay, easy. Like, I don't even think I asked Deontay. I said come. Nigga, I'm gonna let you know when you gonna come and sit on this goddamn couch and we gonna chat. And vice versa. Same thing with Lou. Like, I'm like, Lou, come on.
I completely forgot about Lou. Lou, I think
our first
Lou
one.
Was the
first drop.
Lou was the first drop. And to this day, the way we had Lou set up, sorry to that man. Because again, we were still figuring, we said, don't like the way that looks. Change rearrange the chairs or something.
Yes.
They still commenting about the little Baltimore clip. I said, y'all, it's been a month. Like, I don't care no more. I don't care.
That's how they
do.
Lou so yeah, that was
75 more videos since
what
then.
A week. Right. But yeah, what a week that was. I feel like I give ourselves
Wednesday premiere that
a
week.
B+.
Remember we went to the Wednesday premiere?
Oh yes, we did.
We were literally doing something every
single
day.
That was a working ass week.
And I do.
I loved it. I got some Getty pictures. Yeah.
I give us a B+ as well. I think that's a good grade.
I give us a B+, definitely, and I'm excited. So what was your favorite moment from that week of like batch recording, our interviews, and just all those things?
It was several. I didn't have one favorite, but just I will say,
talking to Mike, baby.
Am I not talking in the mic?
You was over
I thought you see I raised it up because I purposely been trying to talk in it. I'll do it again. Don't let me start sucking the mic like a dick like Jill Scott, girl.
Oh, bashata.
He loves me. Did you hear that? No, I'm playing. Okay, so I won't say it's one moment, but it's a series of moments that kept making me be like, wow, this is really happening. Like, wow, we really did this. Like, I think I won't say I can't believe it, because I definitely think that we are two people who have been very clear on the direction that we wanted this to go and what we were willing to do to make it happen. But I think even with all that, even with being confident, even with knowing, when you really see it happening in front of you, you're like, whoa, this is crazy. So like us being in an actual studio recording with guests, then us even with the Unhinged and Unplugged, having the live band, the musical element, that was an add-on. Like Jamila said, we had always wanted to interview guests, but then the idea when she was like, let's do let's do a 106 and Tiny Desk mashup, like we could do this. And it's like seeing it come to fruition, and not just come to fruition, be fucking good. Shout out to Vibe Control. Fucking good. Sound the fuck good.
I love y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I was sitting there in amazement. I said, I cannot believe this is going this well. Knock on wood, it's going to continue to go that well, and we're only going to get better.
Yeah.
I was taken aback. And then the Wednesday premiere was a lot of fun, because
that was fun.
the just the atmosphere of being at an event like that, I also think that was like my first, I would say, big branded event. Like this is an
Mhm.
event Netflix put on. I know those are probably
Right.
really common in Atlanta. Um, you know what I'm saying? That was my first one, and so I was
Mhm.
like, oh my god. But I feel like I don't never want to get to the point where I'm not taking it all in. Does that make sense? I don't ever
Mhm.
really want it to get too regular. I want to get better. I want
Never.
to get like, I will say, I by day 2, 3, I was no longer nervous. You get what I'm saying? That
Mm.
ease of just be able
Mhm.
to, okay, I know I can go in here and I can perform because this is literally my job. Just
Mhm.
because I'm doing my job all the time and I'm used to it. But that
Yeah.
sense of like, oh my god, like this is my life. I don't never want to lose that because it is a really enjoyable feeling. Like the
Mhm.
last time I felt it was
Yeah.
when we were in LA filming with Kev for the production that he had going on, and just being on set, being in character, looking around at the lights, and I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. Like I don't never want to lose that.
Yeah. Never. Never
Ever,
ever.
ever.
Um my favorite part, I'm going to have a long-winded answer as well.
Was
As we
that
do.
shade? It was you being like, and just FYI, that was long winded as fuck.
Just so you know, that was long, but I too am gonna be long
Okay,
winded.
okay.
As talkers, as yappers,
It's what we
as we
do.
do. Right. One of my favorite moments was honestly walking into the Poor Mindset. Of course, they are under 85 South Show, which is, for me in comedy, they're up there, right? Like
Absolutely.
I love them. And just being able to walk into that studio, I truly felt like, damn, like Lex and Drea be having some people on this bitch. They had just had
Sierra.
Sierra, like, and Sierra is one of my princesses. You know what I
Automatic
mean? Like, I'm just
supersonic.
so gagged. Like, so I'm like, okay, we are sharing this
Mhm.
space with people that we also emulate, because we hold Poor Minds to such a high
Yep.
pedestal and high regards. And so that was really cool for that to finally come to fruition. It was honestly so much fun talking to them, like
Mhm.
just a good old fun time. And of course, another really good highlight moment for me is the way in which everything came together with our Unhinged and Unplugged series.
Mhm.
For that to have been a very rogue, random thought that I put together in, like, literally, I'm talking about a couple of days, y'all. Like that. That was the last piece to
Mhm.
get put together, the very last piece. Because like I said, we ended up getting Zay he was the very last person that we got to
Yeah.
confirm. And so once I had the idea that we have two musical guests, I'm like, that's just, we got to do more. And so I was a little worried about having that come through and come together, because it was a big ask. It was a big deal to do. There were several parties involved, and I want to give everybody their flowers
Mhm.
right now, because so first off, we have Resident Studios, which is where we filmed,
Mhm.
and shout out to Sam. Me and Sam are besties now. Um Sam is one of the owners of Resident Studios, but he also works in film and production,
Mhm.
and he helped film. And I'm talking about, he brought out the cinema cameras for us, and just help us get our audio set, and also help teach me how to edit a little bit on Premiere, because Lord knows I hate Premiere and I do everything to avoid it. But that's a conversation for a different day. So shout out to Resident and Sam. And I also want to give a shout out to Poetry on Peter. If you are in Atlanta, listen to me right now. I need you guys to go follow Poetry on Peter right now.
Mhm.
Every other Monday, they host a poetry slam. It's an open mic poetry night where you come in, you can do some poetry, hear some poetry. It's a good ass
Mhm.
time. It is one of
Yep.
my absolute favorite events. I've been going for months and months and months. Before we even started working together, I used to go just because I like shit like that. I'm
Okay,
a Love
y'all.
Jones ass bitch. What can I
Y'all
say?
said y'all
What can I
tired of the
say?
club. You don't have to go to the
Hey
club. You don't
now.
have to go to the club.
Exactly. It's a good time. It's super affordable. It's an amazing date night if you ever want to do that.
Mhm.
They have a live band, right? And I'm gonna get to the live band in a second. You already know I'm coming for y'all. But yeah, Poetry on Peter is, of course, that curated event, but they are also an entity that is doing so much in the city, and we have developed such an amazing working relationship.
Mhm.
Shout out to Mayana, the curator and owner of Poetry on Peter. Me and her go together real bad. Shout out to everybody at Poetry on Peter, that whole team. Everybody is literally so amazing.
Mhm.
And again, the band Vibe Control, which is the house band of Poetry on Peter. When I talk to you about music, baby, real musicianship is back.
They gets down and they don't play.
They gets down and they don't goddamn play.
Mhm.
They are so freaking incredible. Like every time I listen to them play, I'm blown away. Kay Calloway on the sax, Ro on the drums, C Square on the keys, Miles sometimes on the guitar.
Mhm.
They're
It's
amazing,
so
y'all. Like
good.
literally. And let me tell you something about the musicians. They play by ear, y'all. So you get up there doing your poetry, they start creating shit from scratch, bitch.
Real skill. Real musical talent.
That's all I'm saying. So yeah, we have developed a really good working
Not
relationship
just
with all
bing
those
bongs on the
parties.
computer.
And hello. If it had not been for all of them, we would not have been able to
Mhm.
make that come through. So I'm very grateful to him. And then the other really highlight moment for me is when we were interviewing Kev. He said something that has stuck to my brain that I'm like, oh my God, why would you say that? So we were basically giving him his flowers, right? We're like, Kev, you're Kev on stage. You're
Yeah.
all deaf, baby. You know what I'm saying? You were doing that thing. Like, we look up to you, and now we're
Yeah.
here. And he was like, and I said, like, I can't wait for that moment, to happen. He was like, it's already happening. Like, people are looking at y'all right now saying, like, oh, I would love to do that. Like, y'all are where I was. And I'm like, shut the hell up, Kev. He ain't lie though.
He didn't. I had a moment like that with Kev, but it was this last time we were in LA. Like I said, when we had
Mm-hmm.
went and he was basically telling us how, which he said on our episode, go back and watch it, Unhinged and Immoral, YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast, where he was like, I
Mm-hmm.
mimicked y'all style. I mean, he has publicly said it too,
Mm-hmm.
like, but he said it when we were talking about
Mm-hmm.
staying relevant and how you can't, as much as y'all 90s babies like to talk about streaming, you sound old and maiden. You know what I'm saying? It's now a recognized form of media, and you either get with it or you
Mm-hmm.
get lost. You will be left behind, because
Hello.
I remember in 2019 when I started making TikToks and all my peers, Jamila, hadn't made a TikTok yet. No shit. But I remember, oh, I'm not making no TikTok. I'm grown. Bitch, okay. Now you trying to be a TikTok influencer. And that's not a direct shot at nobody per se, but it is the example of, like, every time you see Mariah Carey on a stream, when you see Kamala Harris on a stream, Nicki Minaj on a stream, you do
Y'all
they
gotta stop
they
downplaying it
not
at
go.
some
I
point.
promise you, the people I just named not gonna go on no shit they think they too good for. They not gonna go on no shit where the number's not there, where the shit not delivering.
Their their teams
They
wouldn't
wouldn't
even
even
allow them
allow
to
no
be on
shit
some
like that.
bullshit like that if it wasn't actually helping
Do I
them.
want to be a streamer? No, I do think that it requires a lot of energy that I'm too motherfucking old for. But I'm not going to shit on that
Mm-hmm.
platform. I'm not going to shit on that, like, realm of digital creation, because it is valid. And I,
Mm-hmm.
bitch, I have homegirls. Angelique has been a Kai Snat stand for years. I'm talking before
Mm-hmm.
even Kai was getting the Kamala Harris's. This is during the panty. She has Kai Cenat on the
Mm-hmm.
stream just constantly, how I be playing ID in 2020. Just background noise. And I don't know how I'm
Yo, that's
I, I'm
bitch.
the grandma baby. The grandma the baby. I got
I did 2020 is
I
crazy,
got
bitch.
Dayline in 2020 playing this bitch playing Kai Cenat. And I'm talking way back when Drewski and Kai first started doing them 24-hour sleepovers or whatever the hell they were doing. And that is, I always
Mm-hmm.
thought Drewski was funny from the skits.
Yeah.
This is when I really decided Drewski is goated, because a live is obviously a
Mm-hmm.
live stream. Like, when you're doing a
Yeah,
skit,
you gotta
you
be
have to
there.
be.
There's no
There's no
editing.
editing. That nigga Drewski is funny as fuck. The first time I seen
Yeah.
him, and I mean Angelique, we had popcorn, we had drinks, and we sat there and watched these niggas and laughed like they had planned for us to laugh, and they wrote a script. That shit was on the fly. That shit was live. I said, "Oh, that nigga funny as hell, Chad.
Yeah.
I gotta give him his flowers, girl. Yeah, he's funny."
For
Would you
sure.
ever go on a stream? I think I would go on a stream. I would have to mentally
I think
prepare.
I would go. I think I would go just because, like why
Why
not?
not?
And I feel like I can hold my own. I think like sometimes when I've watched some of the like clips from the streams of like Kai's stream or whomever, and it'd be like mad niggas in there, I think I would get overstimulated, and I think I would be like. But I feel like maybe if I was comfortable, if I had a buddy or something, it could be cool. Or maybe if we met before, so I could like at least get that like familiarity. But like sometimes it do be seeming a little overstimulating for my liking. But I definitely wouldn't mind being invited on a stream, because it seems like they're just being there having a good time. Like it's never anything serious, and I'm not a serious ass bitch, so it's like shit, I'll go in there and like do whatever the fuck y'all niggas is doing. Like what y'all doing, playing ping pong and shit. Like I don't know.
Kai's shit is purposely overstimulating though. That's like his brand. There are a couple. There's a girl on TikTok, Jordan Lucas, who streams as well. Like there are.
I love her.
No,
We're
there are girl streamers. I think just because Kai is the biggest and has been for a long time, we always think of him or doo-doo garbage, DDG. Baby. Oh, he don't really doo-doo garbage, y'all. I just think it's funny because any doo-doo joke is always gonna make me laugh. But there's so much that's what you think of.
Yeah.
But that's really not how all the streams go. Some of them are really chill.
Yeah.
And then again,
for sure.
I
definitely would go.
Shantae was watching when I went to see the babies. Shout out to the twins. They turned 1 month late yesterday. And it was helping her give a mommy break and like carrying them. He was doing like another 24-hour live stream, and every time someone dropped, they have like galaxies like TikTok. Like if you pay a whole bunch of money, $20, they're gonna drop whatever in the chat. And his bed and Kai was sleeping because he had been up all night, and they would spin the bed around, essentially like wake him up, an animatronic bed. And I'm like, this is just chaotic. And that like, and it was only two people in the room. They just had a white man playing drums and Kai sleeping. So people obviously trying to purposely wake Kai up. And it's like, this is chaotic. But like I'm saying that's his brand. It's not just
this is so Sims, though. It's so funny. It's so Sims.
Yeah, no, literally. Sims as fuck.
Well, I do want to answer another question that we got, and I saw that you answered it already, but I want to answer for the masses. Someone asked, and it's funny because of the way they said, let me get straight to business. Hey, ladies, is this going to be the new format? When I tell you that comment had me screaming, she said, yeah, quick question. Hey, ladies, is this going to be the new format? Interviews? And you know what? It's a twofold thing. On one end, guys, we have to elevate. We have to grow. We have to, continue to grow. And that's always been our goal, like to continuously grow and to be able to do those interviews. That's always been the goal. But on the other end, y'all are real as fuck for even wanting to hear just us. Like that's actually so dope to me that y'all care enough about our platform that we build that y'all are like, no, fuck the guests. Bring back my bitches. I ain't gonna lie, like that's tough. I
ain't gonna lie, like that kind of gassed me up a little bit.
That's tough. Like you fuck
Drop
with
some
us.
screws in the chat for us.
Drop some screws in the chat.
Like, no, when I saw that comment, I instantly sent to the group chat like, "We're so back, bitches. The bitches want us."
But to answer your question, we are going to continuously do interviews, but we are also going to continuously do things like this where it's just me and Mecca, where we're kind of like get back to the basics, right? We want it to be a mix. We want to give you guys variety because that's just who we are in general. Like we are some variety ass bitches, and like we want to keep switching up because I think it makes it fun for us, makes it fun for y'all. Like you never know what to expect. And we're gonna continue to try to push the envelope too. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, we next round. Next round.
Like, I feel like each round we do this, it's just going to keep growing. Like, I think we're going to keep getting, like, even bigger names with each round. So, and that's how that shit goes. I did think it was important for us to drop our interviews with other people, both musical guests and non-musical guests, so that we could get y'all used to that format. So that wasn't, like, something that was sprung on y'all. I do think
Yeah.
moving forward, we are gonna try and like mix it up a little bit. Like a guest,
Yeah.
us, a guest, us, music, us. But
Yeah.
then we just had, you know how you
Yeah.
just have to get people used to shit. And so we was just like, we just gotta drop
Yeah.
these so y'all know what the fuck going on, what type of time we
Yeah.
on, and then we'll get back to business as
Right.
normal. So, and I was gonna say,
And again, we had a couple of days to do everything. So it's like
yeah,
we honestly just time to
yeah,
add
we didn't
in
even
just
have
our own
time to do
episodes.
us.
We had to like, baby, we had to cram all the people in, but we're definitely going to keep the same format as far as this right here. Now, we'll say what you could possibly see change in the near future is more just in person with me and Mecca. Versus the
Hmm.
virtual, but because we still have distance issues, you know, Mecca is still in Houston right now. This is the easiest way we can do this.
Yeah.
So again, things are going to continuously be evolving and changing. One thing you can never expect from us is to be stagnant,
Oh,
boo.
never. You know, and I
Mm-mm.
wanted to talk about that because I feel like sometime when people are trying to elevate, this is so cliche. And Kev literally just told me,
Mhm.
he had sent me a follow up message. But you know how it's like when you're elevating and it seems like you're on the precipice of greatness, then shit starts going left, shit starts going wrong. I am a
Yes.
big proponent that that is God testing you, or that's universe, whatever you subscribe
Mhm.
to, because it's just happened too many times in my life where it's like right when I was getting the fuck on, now it's like to the neck. It's just like God seeing if you can handle the pressure, handle the blessings, because shit's not always gonna go right. Like I'll be transparent and be like, yo, I thought I was gonna have a place secured in Atlanta, like probably when I was over there doing the thing. I thought it was gonna be way easier to find a place.
Mhm.
Now I'm like, okay, financially, it would make more sense for me to wait till next year. But then also, in addition to that, like I've had some personal things. We're still in the process of like my dad's trying to move here. Then his mother
Right.
died last week, so my grandmother died last week, and I'm just looking at the year. I'm like, oh my god, like it's like things are going so well, but then things are
Yeah.
going kind of wrong, but things are going so good. It's like a really good mix for me right now. And I'm like, okay, but this is exactly
Mhm.
how this goes. Cause I've been in this place before where I felt like I was elevating and shit was going left. Like right when I was getting to the point where I was being like known for TikTok, then I was put in a position where I was like forced to quit my job over like racist issues and shit. This was a lot. And then it's like I started my own spot. But like that wasn't the smoothest transition. Like something happened that was a catalyst for all that. So I say all that to say,
Yeah.
girl, don't be feeling like God done forsaken you and you just out assed out. You know, it'll work out. You just gotta, diamonds is made under pressure, all the things folks say. You have to, stay
Yeah.
vigilant and on your course. Don't deviate just because things are getting a little bit harder than you expected.
Mhm. Yeah. Something I started doing is video diaries. Because one, I'm lazy and I don't feel like typing all that shit in, and I,
You don't
I
like
like
to
to talk.
write?
I like to talk. Not in that way,
Okay.
no, because I when it's about my thoughts, I just girl, I just need to talk it out because like
Yeah.
it's just so many things. I just need to kind of like flesh out. And it's easier for me to just talk versus like trying to, because I y'all really underestimate my brain.
Mm.
If I'm typing out my feelings via a journal entry, next thing I know, I'm adding shit that was never in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Now it's fan fiction. I can't do that because I get to thinking too hard, and now I'm creating shit that bitch ain't even a part of your own thought. So I got to
Mm-hmm.
just talk off the dome, and so that has been. Thank you. I had to grab the charger. The my thing is about to die. But yeah, that has been something that I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing, and I feel like it has been very, very healing for me
Mm.
because as we are like elevating via the platform, it is feeling like a pressure on your chest, almost like I got my titties done and I haven't yet. But it's like, whoa, the
Yeah.
pressure is getting worse. And it's
Yeah.
like, but it's so weird because it's still a good pressure, but
Pressure
it's pressure nonetheless.
nonetheless.
And it's still people underestimate how happiness can also trigger anxiety, especially for someone like me who has a whole anxiety disorder, boo. And I ain't gonna lie, I stopped taking that medication a while ago. I should probably get back on. But sometimes I like to live raw and just to see how it could go.
Living
But
raw is crazy. Living
yeah.
raw is insane. It's insane to say. Yeah, let me just raw dog life.
Yeah, let's raw it.
I love raw. I love it raw. It's not always the safest
I
option, as
too.
Jamila well just said.
It's actually never the safest option.
A lot of times it is the
But if
most
we're gonna
fun.
be real, it's sometimes an option.
Sometimes it's the most fun.
Most times.
Does
Most times. I am not a fan of latex. I'm not a fan of condoms. I don't think anyone is really a fan of condoms. I'm a fan for their usefulness, right? Like what they're made for. Like, shout out to safe sex and protecting us from spreading diseases and infections. However,
trauma?
can we figure out a better way to
Can I
do
be honest?
that?
Condoms irritate me so bad because it's like
They
afterwards
do.
your pussy smells like a tire. And I like that is something that like that shit irritate me. So it just smelled like, damn, this smelled like burnt rubber just in my puss.
All that
All that
friction.
damn and it literally smells the same as if a skirt from a car tire. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, you can walk in somebody's room and be like, there was some fucking
It
going
was some
on.
fucking
Trojan?
Magnum?
Purple tag.
You know, what was it, KY?
This one of them thins. This one skins.
Yeah. Now the skins feel a little nice because they have them ribs.
And let me just say that magnums are by far the worst.
They're just good
condom
branding. Magnums
ever.
is just an example of good,
That's
solid
all it
branding
is.
because them
That's
shits,
PR.
as a woman, the way them shits feel inside of you, you can tell the difference between a Magnum and like the other
Horrible.
ones. Like it just is like, ugh,
Yes.
Magnum. That like and
They're
Magnum.
thick
I
as
was gonna say,
hell.
and Magnum still has their rubber fucking thick as shit. Like this is literally your
Magnums are made out of gloves, like
no,
real deal gloves.
Hate it. But you need to
Hate
go get
it.
one of them
But
thin
anyway.
KY jelly rib shit so I can feel the ribbing, okay? Let me feel something in my walls or something. It's very sensitive.
Yes, get the one that is labeled skin. Those are really thin. It's
still gonna smell like burnt rubber pussy, but
yeah.
they feel better.
And there are some latex-free condoms. I don't think I've ever tried a latex-free
I
condom.
do know about latex-free condoms because
And I wanna
one of
try
my
that.
homegirls is allergic to latex. So she was very
I think I am. I don't know. What happens if you're allergic to
I
latex
think
in
you
your
get a little
coochie?
bit swelled up. I actually think a lot of women are allergic to latex.
And see, here's the thing with that. I don't know if the
I
swelling is
don't know
from the
what it's
condom or
from.
the
I don't know. What's it from?
Oopsie.
Is it from you?
Oopsie.
Cause the thing is, sometimes this is why sex is so scary. Sometimes when you start swelling like 24 to 48 hours right after, it could be for a multitude of reasons. You could have been given something, or he could have just been going so hard that she was a
There
little
are lots of
tender.
blood vessels in that area, and therefore it lots of blood flow restriction, swelling.
I figured this out with someone in
Yes.
particular who I actually fucked around and went and got tested because I thought I had something, and they were like, no. And the OB was like, I think the friction.
Hey, you're bruised
Yeah,
up,
no,
baby.
literally a white bald man. I think that
You
this
all
is
right?
just friction. This is what it looks like sometimes when we're really excited. The way he said it to me, mind you, I'm like 19.
He's
He's
trying to
trying.
be like, you slut, whore, bitch. You've been.
No,
Oh yeah, that's what happens when you be
don't
fucking
have
hoe.
an STD. He actually literally fucked the shit out of you. I said, oh my God.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Well, I'm okay with that.
Right.
No.
That I can
Cool.
do.
That's okay. Great.
That I can do.
Well, thanks, Doc. I don't really have anything else. I don't have any more questions. Yeah. Safe sex, though, guys. Don't listen to anything we're saying.
Safe sex
Use condoms.
is the best sex. Ching. And go get tested, even if you use condoms.
Every 3 months and after a raw with the new partner. That's what you should. I don't know. The way that they don't push sexual health the way they did when we were like in high school and college. It's really strange. I know it's because of
because they're pushing
the conservative climate, but like
I was gonna say because they're pushing abstinence, which is if you're gonna push abstinence, you have to also
It's
push that in a proper way. You cannot push abstinence without also talking about sex.
it's just
That
like
that's only gonna make them wanna fuck.
watching
Are you
Secret
kidding me?
Lives of Mormon Wives, I have learned so many terms for what people who are highly conservative do, like what young people do when they still want to have sex. These bitches were on there talking, I think it's called sealing,
Soaking.
soaking, and that's when
Yes, where they just put it in and let
no,
it
we're not
sit.
even talking about the same thing. That's something completely different.
Oh,
Sealing is where you lay on, y'all are naked and you lay on top of each other and you just up and down, but it's not penetration, so you're essentially fucking him with your stomach. And they said a couple other terms. The other one that they said, it was basically dry hunching with clothes on, where they're like humping, but they have a name for that.
I do like
I
doing that
so the thing is, some
without being
uh,
Mormon. You don't even have to be Mormon to hump.
no shade, bring back sexual tension. We do this once every 3 months, y'all. We do this exact
Clearly, we have an
conversation.
agenda.
Bring back
Back to
sexual
our agenda
tension,
of sexual tension and foreplay and
please.
building up the moment. Arousal is really important
Mhm.
for the best sex.
Mhm.
You cannot fully enjoy yourself if you're not fully aroused.
Dry humping in general is so sensual.
Mm.
I do in my prime, when I was definitely bopping and rocking to the boys' house. My move was like, okay, we're watching a movie, we're fully clothed, but you're
Mhm.
trying to like stick your
Mhm.
fingers in my pants. Not really. I will
Mm.
hop on you on the couch and like ride you, but we're both fully clothed. And you see how I got him aroused?
And you got that hard jean texture just rubbing.
Constraining your throbbing member.
Mhm.
You
Yes.
know.
And then you can feel his member on the other side, and it's like you
Mhm.
guys are connecting, you guys are one.
Mhm.
With heavy petting and grabs and gropes and lots of kissing and nudging and things and tickles and whispers.
You know.
Oh, to be a girl.
I'm just a girl. Oh, to be a woman, you know. I don't know. Literally, Elantra reminded me on Saturday when we were swimming that she walked in on a boy fingering me in college, and I had completely, mind you, what made
Okay.
what made me laugh is because when I think about that story, I think about like he whipped his dick out, and I was like, immediately no, right? But the fingering part, I completely put out my mind because when she said it, I said, no, I didn't. But then she's like, yes, you did. And I paused and I said, no, but that does sound like me because I never wanted actual peen, but I would absolutely let a nigga finger me because
Okay.
again, you're never gonna get like fingers, whatever. If you're manicured and your hands are clean, yeah, I don't know. Get me off, baby. Bring back fingering. The lesbians have perfected the
Um
art. It's a dying art. Fingering can be just as satisfying as penetration when done by the right hand. When in the right
Well,
hand.
yes.
Y'all aren't hearing me
Well,
though.
yes. Well, yes, absolutely.
Diaries
It's
from my hotels.
there is an art to it.
Mhm.
Yes, there is an art to it. Um, Interestingly enough, I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say. Because we went on a finger tangent. Um, but real briefly, I think we should get serious for a moment
Mm.
and talk about politics and the state of the world. Jaden Smith, you ate with that bar. Jaden Smith, we speak your name. It's time to talk
Him
about
and
the
his
freaking
his water.
socioeconomic.
His water out the box.
Listen, so as you guys know, and who knows what the state of the world will be by the time this
It's
drops.
ever
Things change so
changing.
rapidly. But a couple of days ago, Charlie Kirk was popped in his karate,
Mm.
and that spawned
By another
so
white
much.
conservative Republican man,
Hmm.
cis
That's very
hetero,
important to say.
someone from his own party line. I think that's important to say.
Yes. Um, And it has sparked so much conversation. I don't really wanna spend time talking about Charlie because, unlike his base, I don't think he was that important to, create a legacy or to become a martyr. So I won't really spend too much time talking about him and his rhetoric. We already know he was on bullshit. But I do kinda wanna talk about how things played out afterwards because I think that was such a great case study, and I think truly it's gonna be something that's talked about for a while because I saw people all of a sudden develop a level of empathy only a child could have. I'm like, "Oh, this is so interesting," and then on the other end, I'm watching people, kinda do the opposite and damn near, rejoice and all these things. It was definitely two polar sides to this conversation, and then we also get into the old TikTok beef of it all of, TikTokers having their opinions, and now it's this and that, and it's like, man, our politics in this country have left politics
Mm,
and they have entered into personal mm, vendettas against things. And I think that that's really interesting. I kind of want to start leaning more into politics on my page in a slightly different, more cheeky way because politics have gotten to a point where it's like do or die, beds die.
mhm.
And while I think politics are super important, we are giving things the label of politics and policy that
Yeah.
aren't. And I think that's how we got a Charlie Kirk. We are, propping him up to be a political figure, but he's never held political office.
And see that the thing
Eh,
is,
ugh,
to be a politician, you do have to hold political office.
you
That
know?
is actually a requirement to be like the politician is the person whose job is the
Quite
politics. Yeah.
literally.
Um, and even you can get into politicians who have rhetoric that has nothing to do with politics per se, but they still nonetheless hold the job of they have the office.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
I would consider Charlie Kirk a conservative, not even conservative, because I don't necessarily equate MAGA with conservatism, and I want to touch on that in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
Influencer, like for
Mhm.
all intent and purposes,
Mhm.
he is like what was this? He was on Jubilee. He's an influencer. He's a content creator. Like
Right.
not a
Mhm.
politician. And we talked a little bit about this back during the election when we were talking about leftist views and how we weren't necessarily agreeing with like the TikTok leftists. I think
Mhm.
we come from families that are like most people are your family's Republican or they're Democrat, and you usually fall in line with what your family goes. But then there could be, I think at 10 years ago, it could be things where it's like, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't agree with that. And because of TikTok and other social media platforms, we've compounded the idea that you have to do or die with all of your party's choices, which is why post election, I said, I'm not going to consider myself a part of any political party because there are definitely things on both
Mhm.
sides that I critique, I have issues with. And I think what my experience when Kamala Harris was running, when I was saying very valid, you know, concerns and criticisms of her choices when she was holding previous political positions, I was met with, well, you just need to shut up because this could make people not vote for her and da 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 da. I didn't come from that type of
Mhm.
family. My people sit and have CNN on the, I saw a girl say that she was like, "Do you come from an arguing family?" Who we're gonna watch
Mhm.
CNN and argue about what we think, and not really argue, but more so debate.
Yeah.
I don't. I
Just
said the
yeah,
shit
talking
y'all
about it,
talking
yeah.
about does not even compute in my head because no one could ever make me do some shit I'm not gonna do just because a bitch said she didn't agree with whatever the fuck going on. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go and do
Mhm.
independent research. I'm gonna develop my own opinion, and I feel like with the internet,
Right.
it always has to be either this or that. And it's like, so let's nip it in the bud. I don't want to be known as either Democrat or Republican. I want to be known as Mecca, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
ask the questions that I think are important that lines up with my like political and my moral beliefs.
Yeah. And I think it's also important something that I do and I encourage people to do is sometimes you have to allow people to talk out loud and I'm trying to figure out a way to explain this better. So, for example, Republicans have this thing that they do, and this is a critique on both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party at the same time. So watch how I do this. The Republicans have a tactic that they do where they call Democrats socialist, right? As a diss, as a means of a scare tactic, as a means to an end, right? While also the Democrats have an issue with not, number one, saying that they're not socialists, because they are absolutely not. And number two, not ever pushing back on them about what that even means. And so now what we have is just kind of like a, no, you are, no, you are, no, you're this, no, you're that. People on both sides throw out these terms and these talking points that they never flesh out. You ask a Republican right now what a socialist is, what is socialism, they would not be able to tell you. They would simply be like, Venezuela. That's all they will say. And then honestly, the same on the Democrats. That's why they always just reject them. Like, oh no, that's not what this is. Even though if you're fighting for universal health care, yes, that's socialism. But they don't know how to push back, because I think a lot of people don't know what these things are that they're saying. You coming on here trying to say, hey guys, I think that it's a good idea for us to vote for Kamala because I think she's a better choice than Trump. That person is not now a fascist. You following me? You can't just throw words and throw things out there and hope that they stick and hope it's going to scare somebody into falling in line. There is so much conversation without conversation. Y'all just talking. Y'all just talking a damn talk. Don't even know what the hell y'all are talking about. And I think that is helping this rogue side of people, because my issue with the Democrats is, well, there's several. You know what I mean? There's several. There's a multitude of issues that I have with the Democratic Party, but a really huge issue I have, which is going to continuously have them lose elections, is the way in which they alienate their base consistently, because they are always focused on trying to kiss the ass of Republicans, right? But in the same token, trying to dehumanize Republicans. And I don't know if y'all think that that's working, boo, but it's not. You know, as we can all agree that a lot of Republicans are uneducated, a lot of them are probably racist, probably classist, probably all these things, that does not take away their humanity. And the more that you do that, the more you're pushing them farther and farther right. And that's how we get those rogue fringe groups like the nigga who popped Charlie. Because while, yes, he's more so kind of like on this Republican conservative, the right side of the aisle, that nigga is way more fringe and more deeply integrated into these alt-right pipeline than Charlie was. Because we create this like system, this ecosystem in politics where if you are honestly not a centrist, you are going to be called radical. And honestly, this idea of radical, even that term, it scares people. Nobody wants to be labeled. You know what I'm saying? It's so overused. And it's like, you guys use radical for everything. And it's just like, again, it's always a scare tactic on both sides. And it's so frustrating to watch, because it's like, why are you calling people who are, you know, saying that they want a free Palestine, why are you immediately calling them what's the fucking word when you don't like Jewish people?
Oh, anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic. Calling them anti-Semitic, like, and saying that they are equivalent to fucking Nazis and shit. Enough. Stop it. Everybody just needs to take a fucking breather. So yeah, I'm in a very observatory state right now.
You know when my observatory state started? When I knew, I said, oh, y'all are doing too fucking much. When Jennifer Aniston called Jamie Foxx anti-Semitic for being black and saying they booed Jesus too. That is such
like,
an old,
girl,
the thing is, I know white people don't understand, but that is obviously an old ass black saying. I've been hearing that in church my entire life. When people come up against you,
literally,
when you're to the neck, when you have haters, don't trip because they booed Jesus too. Look what they did to Jesus. That was the blackest thing you could have said. And she turned around and called it anti-Semitic. I said, we're lost.
And I'm gonna take it a step further. Because even if you didn't understand what that phrase meant, the fact that you immediately jumped to anti-Semitism lets me know that you are anti-Black, and that's what I'm going to stand on. Because this idea that Black people are innately trying to be discriminatory, are innately negative, are innately wrong, in this kind of way, I think draws back to
Because
anti-Blackness. I really
biblically,
do.
the Jewish people weren't the only people who booed Jesus, number one, and Jesus was a damn Jew. One and two,
Like,
what are we
what are
talking
we talking
about?
about?
Jesus was a Jewish man.
What are
What
we
are we
talking
talking
about?
about? Then also,
Who shot up the Taco
now,
Bell?
it's then also like contextually, the way he used it, it's like you read Jamie Foxx overcoming controversy and people saying he was fake, way sick, whatever, and you read that and him being like, you know what, I got to keep going because they booed Jesus too, and said, this nigga hates Jewish people.
And you said,
You
yeah.
stupid bitch.
He hates
Like,
Jews. And
that
it's
shit
like,
irritated me
yeah,
so bad.
you just like, girl, and it's just like, again, the idea that you are always looking for Black people to be wrong in this way. The way you reached, bitch, like that shit
Oh,
is
up
so
her
like,
fucking
and it's
motherfucking
always
ass.
happening. It's always happening for
Even
us,
with this
and I think
whole
that it's
Charlie Kirk
unfair.
shit, why y'all calling threatening to bomb Hampton and a white motherfucker shot them? Shot the nigga.
Now how I
How would a
get
white
in it?
boy say fuck me for? Wait, hold on. The folks who got him up out of here are over on his party line. I don't know if you saw the clip of the boy's grandmama. She got offended that motherfuckers thought they were liberal. She said, "No, we are MAGA." I said, "Girl, you."
And it's like, oh, okay, bitch.
Oh, okay.
Even worse.
His family.
And I have a thesis statement.
Drop it.
You know, I'm full of theses.
And feces.
The killer was always going to be someone who more so aligned with the right than the left, because when you talk about violence, when you talk about these quote unquote political ideologies, although the left side of the aisle, the Democrats, anybody who would be blue and all of those, right? Although there are absolutely issues and problems that I am always going to be hypercritical of, for the most part, the ideologies and the policies and the political thought are all aligning with an idea of peace, unity, right? When you look at the right side of the aisle, it's specifically the opposite. It is specifically about separation. It is specifically about upholding this idea of I have to protect me and mine. This idea of upholding the Second Amendment over any other goddamn amendment, right? The right side of the aisle is just inherently violent because of the policies that they promote. You cannot sit here and tell me that y'all genuinely thought that the shooter was going to be anything other than that. When you look at the statistics of these type of crimes, it's more than likely going to be somebody who has ties to that party, to that fan base, to that fucking cult, because that's what they want to do. That's what they uphold. Yeah. That's what they fucking promote. There was nothing shocking. Mind you, when I had made my video, I said he got popped by a white man. That's before I even knew who the fucking killer was. I said that off the strength of I just goddamn knew. I knew. And that's not to say that Black people don't commit crimes or Black people don't do things like this. It's just to say that when you're talking about the specific types of crimes, when you break down the types of crimes that people commit, white people are way more likely, and not even just white people, white boys are way more likely to commit those type of politically charged crimes because they fall down them fucking pipelines that's on the internet. And then let me take it another goddamn step further. Them damn parents. Because why the fuck you don't know your kid is falling down an alt-right pipeline and you're not stopping their ass? Because every time a fucking school shooter get they bitch ass up there and kill them goddamn babies, them parents want to be like, I don't know, I didn't know a thing. But they computer filled with guns and all type of bullshit.
When I got on the internet, when Lil Moms first came to live with me in 12, and I said I had my daddy old dummy phone, and I had her iCloud connected to it, and I was reading them damn text messages. This might not even just be a white issue. y'all was in my comments telling me I was too strict. She was in middle school. I shouldn't be in a business. I said, "Oh, let me shut the fuck up, because I'm finna call y'all some dumbass bitches in 2 seconds. What the hell privacy do you need at 12 years old? No, no, there I said it. And that
And
might
I
be too
also think
conservative,
that
old and black. That's why the kid. That's why y'all kids is fucking. And
But you know what's crazy? I think that they take this idea of
too
privacy and
far.
apply it as if you are an adult. Like children deserve privacy as just blanket privacy? Yes,
Yes,
everyone deserves a
within
level a
reason.
level a level of
Within
privacy, right?
reason.
However, for you to not know that your child is falling down a pipeline like that is crazy, because that only could mean a couple of things. Number one, you're not paying a fucking attention to your kids. We already know that. You're not talking to your children.
I'm
Okay.
telling you,
You allow your children to stay in their
rooms
fucking rooms
and
all
talk
goddamn
about
day
it.
and rot away, not even bathing. White people already got 3 baths a week, and that baby only took 1.
I'm telling you, I had a middle school.
He missing his
I
3-day
I
quota.
know I know what was going on, because I had a middle schooler in my house for 2 years. Number one, that damn game. You should be allowed to play the game.
Them
You
damn
play that game
games.
in the living room where I'm walking in and out, and I can hear what's going on. That's number.
I want to
I
hear
want to
them
hear.
them them cusses.
I want to hear. Number
Uh-huh.
two, y'all aren't aware. I couldn't believe Roblox was so motherfucking weird. It was so much shit going on in the Roblox and the chats and shit. Yeah, the fact, like, I know for a fact y'all are not checking these children's socials. Maybe because you don't feel like it. Maybe because you're
Mhm.
invading privacy. Fuck privacy. Your child's
Mhm.
safety is at
Yeah.
risk here.
And there's a way to do that without having to be invasive.
Hello.
You don't have to read every single message and thing, but there is absolutely a way you can do your due
Mm-hmm.
diligence, right? Because and I think the intention matters too. You shouldn't just I personally don't think you need to be reading your kids text messages for the fuck of it, right? Just so you can be nosy and try to be in your kids business and then being invasive in that way, because then you're going to also be trying to find stuff, and then now they're getting in trouble for just expressing themselves and having communication. That can get weird. However, if your intention is to maintain that there's a level of safety going on, your kid might be cussing, your kid might even be saying something crazy, your kid might be cussing you out to you. That's not the point, right? The point is safety and awareness. You need to know what's going on relatively, but then you also need to be following that up with conversations. A lot of y'all just be wanting to be invasive just for the fuck of it, then not having conversation, and you're building up this resentment and this animosity towards your kid, and then want to explode on them later for shit that they don't even know you fucking know about. Y'all need to be having follow-up conversations. You need to know what's going on at that schoolhouse. You need to know that your fucking kid is a nuisance when they go to school and they running up them goddamn walls and scared every goddamn body. You need to know if your kid is scary.
Mm-hmm.
They don't be giving a damn. I'll never forget, it was these scary ass kids. I'm like, baby, let me be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I was scared he was gonna come shoot that bitch up every goddamn day.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we was safe, but I guarantee you,
Mm-hmm.
I was not the only one that felt that way.
It's
And I
too
hate this
much.
idea that it be the small, frail, bullied kid that shoot up a school. No, the fuck it's not. It be the crazy ass, mean, rude ass motherfucker who be shooting up them
I
goddamn
mean, you should have
schools.
known that from
And
damn
if you was bullied, you
Columbine.
probably should
You
have.
should have known that from
You should have known
Columbine.
that. Because every time they go through them goddamn phones, they and them damn computers, what they doing? How to kill as many people as possible. How to get a hold of a gun. Mind you, the guns that they get always
Come
miraculously
from their house.
legal.
Come from their house.
Come from that damn daddy. Why do you as a parent have 50, 11 damn fucking guns in the house just
And why are
loose?
they so accessible to minors?
Are you
I
crazy? Why are you buying your 10-year-old kid a gun? You're fucking weird. I don't care. You're weird.
It's strange.
And you need to go to jail too. Whip the parents' ass. I'm ready to beat the fucking baby the fuck up.
Shit. You know, I watched that. I
Shit.
watched that documentary, Sunshine Boy, which is about one of the Columbine shooters, Dylan, and it's made by his parents made it, and his parents made it as a way to exactly what we're talking about, because obviously they felt the feelings of you of, oh, fuck the parents too, and they were like, we legitimately had no idea this was going on. That's number one, but we also.
And you know what? In 1990, whatever, I'll give
No,
them that.
but I will say, if you watch the documentary,
Because they was one of the
no, but
earliest. So
they They said, we did not know when he was down there in the basement playing on them games. We didn't know. You should do your due diligence to check what your kids is doing. That documentary is so motherfucking sad because his mama is so sad to this day. His daddy's so sad to this day.
I bet.
And it was just really on some like, that's not even like that side of him we didn't know. And when we was reading what he was looking up, I was just as shocked. But then I didn't go down in the basement and check what he was doing. And that's what you need to be doing with your kids. I think all parents should be allowed to watch that documentary for real, because that's what happens when you think you raising a decent human being, and then that human goes out and does some.
My baby would never.
And your baby absolutely
would be the first
and does some fuck shit, and you're just blown back, and now you got to deal with the repercussions of the actions because everyone's saying fuck you too, and now you also fucked up because you don't agree with what the motherfucker did. You also think it's wrong. It's still your child. You loved your goddamn child, and you trying to figure out where the fuck you went wrong. Exactly.
Yep.
Look at.
Yep.
And with that, let's spin it, girl. I ain't got shit else to say. Hold on.
And cause shout out to the Unknown Number documentary and Chloe's badass parents. That's why Chloe is a bully now, cause her damn parents is a bully. It always starts from the home.
But low key, justice for Chloe, cause I'm not gonna hold you.
She may not have sent the messages, but she threw them carrots.
No. My girl definitely threw them damn carrots, girl. She threw them carrots. Hella carrots, bitch.
And mind you, me and Jelani was watching together. When she sat the fuck down, I said, "Oh, that bitch is a bully now." No. The way she sat down, oh, she bullies out.
She said, "Yeah, bitch, I'm Chloe."
I'm Chloe. I said, "Oh, she's a bitch."
You know what? That part that ate up when the school principal was like, "No, y'all cannot come up here and question a child." What the fuck? He was hella mad.
Okay.
I'm so happy at least one of these adults has motherfucking sense, because Chloe's parents don't have no goddamn sense either.
That damn sense.
Was the only one. He said, "No, you cannot come up here and question a child."
Can I make another connection really quick? Her daddy is a cop and had that fucking Blue Lives Matter flag hanging. Thank you. There's always a connection. There's always a pipeline.
Chloe probably went back to school and threw the whole damn vegetable garden at them bitches. I ain't gonna lie. Especially since she really didn't do it, and all y'all mamas tried to run down on her. That's why her parents was cracking jokes, because they, in this particular situation, y'all was wrong, and y'all will never hear the end of it. That girl really didn't do that shit, and
now she got to double down.
They gonna make you pay.
But see, while there are parents like that who be, and I'm not saying Chloe's gonna be a school shooter, but just, we was making a connection in the pipeline, right? While those type of parents who don't pay attention, but also feed into these pipelines, because it always starts from home. Because where have you seen a very civil rights forward parent raise a MAGA? It's rare. I'm not saying it don't happen, but baby, it's rare. So your politics that you have is going to be influencing your kid, right? So you have these MAGA, Republican, conservative ass parents raising school shooters because they also don't be paying the fuck attention, right? All of that's happened. But you know what happens on the other end of the spectrum, when you have a daddy like mine? Jelani was getting in trouble for doing protests outside of the school. That's all I got to say. Let's spin it.
Well, I got in trouble for sitting down during the Pledge of Allegiance. So,
you know what I'm saying? We didn't get in trouble for the same things.
No, I don't want to stand up.
That's all I'm saying.
My mama told me you can't make me.
Hello? I stopped standing for the pledge in middle school, baby. Y'all better ask about me. I stayed in trouble. I stayed on them crackers. Well, while Mecca goes and gets her charger, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our segment. I know you guys have missed this so much. We are back with our segment, Spin It, where we take some of y'all's crazy, low down, dirty, nasty, gutter snipe situations, and we give y'all our best PR spin on it. Now, full disclaimer, y'all, before some of them bitches get up in the comment section trying to clock our tea. No, we are not PR professionals, nor have we ever worked in PR. However, we are communications girlies. We did study it in school, and it's something we just kind of like to do. So
and
this is just our way of
bitches.
We're just here to give our little spin and just have a little bit of fun with it.
Dick riding.
So here we
bitches.
go.
We reading listener letters. Oh, but they not. We reading listener letters sent from that
Magically
Gmail.
speaking,
Shut the fuck
bitch,
up, bitch.
These are relationship issues.
Shut
bitch.
up.
Shut up. Anyways.
Yeah.
Hi, Mecca and Jamila, loving the podcast. I want some advice. I'm 22 and still living with my parents. Growing up, my parents were pretty strict. They wouldn't allow me to hang out with my friends a lot, would surveil my phone constantly, and didn't allow me to date in high school. It wasn't until college that they've loosened up, though. They don't try to control who I hang out with as much, and I'm allowed to go on dates. However, they still don't allow me to go over to a man's house. There's this guy who's 26 I've been talking to that doesn't live far from me. I don't want to date him. I see him as more a friend with benefits. I enjoy his company, and he's really cute. I'd like to want to hang out with him more, but the thing is, he's perpetually broke. Okay, what we at? We got two different problems, but okay. He often doesn't have money to go out to places. Excuse me, and that's the only way I'm able to see him due to my parents' rules. So I want to try to convince my parents. I believe as 22-year-old making my own money, having just recently graduated from college, I should not have to live by these rules. In college, I would hang out with the guys place whenever I'd want. I miss that freedom because sometimes a girl just wants to cuddle in bed with her sneaky link. What can I say my parents to let them be okay with me going over his house? P.S. They ask me to share my location every time I go out with him, so it's no sneaking around. Please help. TLDR. I'm 22 and my parents won't allow me. Oh, that was just a boom. Now as a lady who had stricter parents, okay, my parents were strict. Not like
What
OD,
age
right?
did
It
you move
wasn't
out
like,
again, though? What age were you still living at with your parents?
I had a couple
I was
move
gonna
outs.
say
You know what I'm
I had
saying?
a
I had
couple
a
move
couple.
outs as well.
So I had my first move out at 18 when I went to Hampton. Then I moved back at home. And then I moved out again when I was 21.
Okay.
Moved back again when I was pregnant, and then moved back out when I was like 25, 26 or something like that. So yeah, I definitely had stricter parents growing up. I was definitely like sleepovers. I've had a few sleepovers, but it was very, very few and far in between, and it was very, very strict around them parts. Dating was something that honestly I was just scared to do. I just didn't even want to do that. I didn't have my first boyfriend until literally my senior year and the second semester, later half. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, but let me tell you something right now. I wish my parents would try to tell me what I can and cannot do after 18 outside of that goddamn house. Okay,
Yeah.
I was always ready to be grown, and baby, I told them straight up as soon as I'm 18. I can do it. And that's what the fuck I did. And no shade, you too scared of your parents still.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this in a way of saying that you need to disrespect your parents because you do still live there. But like you're scared of your parents as if they can give you a whooping. And it's like, can they? Maybe you need, and if your parents can still give you a whooping at 22, you need to have different conversations with your parents. Sometimes you need to tell your parents, like, and the thing is, our parents are so used to being our parents that it sometimes takes them a minute to be like, oh shit, they're grown, I need to back off. And sometimes that takes you bucking up on them a little bit, like, yo, like, I get it, sister. But like no, and that's something that you're gonna have to do. You are going to have to be a grown ass bitch if you want to be treated like a grown ass bitch. Now that's not to say you won't be able to bring niggas into their home. That you know what I'm saying. Whatever goes on in the sanctity and the squares and the quarters of their home, that's on them, sister. I can't even help you, especially if you black. I don't know if you black, you didn't say that, but if you black, baby, good luck. But outside them quarters, them living quarters. Bitch, please. I would it's crazy that you even asked your parents permission. Cause one thing about me, I didn't even think about asking my parents permission when I turned 18 for shit. Cause I couldn't wait to be grown. I was born to be grown. So
The first issue here is the man is broke. So I want to start there. There shouldn't even
really, that's the first
that
issue.
he's broke.
Fuck the man that's broke. You can't even see
But
the
it's like,
nigga
how
without
you
your
want to
fucking
see
parents
a broke
permission.
nigga? That's number one. But I understand that's not your greater question. I moved back home when I was about 22 after living, like it sounds like your situation, in my own apartment. So it was an adjustment. I think there have been, I've said this several times, hindsight 2020. Would I have did as much as I did when I first moved back home? Probably to keep the peace between me and my mother. I might have relaxed it, but I'm definitely very much aware how me doing the most was necessary to alter the relationship between me and my mother and establish very clear boundaries. I can't speak about everyone's mother, and I know that my mother means well, but especially when I was in when I was in college, when I would come home for spring break, baby had boundary issues, bad. Baby like thought I was still 13 years old. She could tell me what to do. And when I came, and I let her do it when I was in college because it was like, I'm only here
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, so whatever. But when I moved,
Like,
when
okay,
I
girl.
moved back home and she was trying to tell me where I was gonna go, who I was gonna see, what I was gonna be doing after I had been young, hot, tender, thotting around.
Oh, and that's the worst. Like after I didn't had all that touch of freedom, baby. Oh hell no.
Nah, I ain't gonna do.
Bitch, I'm outside.
I ain't gonna disrespect your.
You don't know what the fuck I was doing at that school.
Like Jamila said, I never disrespected her house and brought nobody
will.
in her house because I definitely agree this your house, it's your rules. You not finna tell me where I'm finna be going now. I remember me and my mom got into it so bad. And mind you, it really was innocent. My boyfriend at the time turned 21 in like January. I didn't turn 21 till April. So he started going to the club and he would come pick me up from my mama's house once he left the club, which was always at 2 a.m. because, you know, at fresh 21-year-olds have to close the club down. You don't leave the club at midnight at 21. You there for the whole time. And then
and matter of fact, you get kicked
stand
out.
outside the club for a second. You go get some, like, you don't know how to go home. So he was.
What we doing after this?
He was coming to pick me up from my house about 2, 3, 4 in the morning type shit. And I'll be ready. I'll be ready to go. And my mama told me, you just acting like a whore. Letting a boy come and pick you up.
Ain't nothing open when
you don't have no self-respect. Call me. How much you're
right to a certain degree.
I remember she said, how much you're selling it for? I said, that is rude.
Damn.
Girl.
For $2 and a fix.
She was so mad at me, bro. Mind you, this is my boyfriend. This not even a random nigga. This the nigga I'm with all the time. She know him. It don't even matter. What I'm saying is, sometimes I think like, damn, if I had just relaxed, that would have saved me like literally 7 months of drama. I swear to God. But then I'm like, the way she once we powered through that little struggle, she left me alone. She ain't never said, you know what I'm saying? That was also necessary to provide like a clear adult boundary. Like, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like at the end of the day, mama, like I'm not gonna disrespect your house, but you're not gonna stop me from walking in and out as long as I live here. You know, especially that's crazy. I wasn't totally bummed.
And I be so gentle walking in.
You know, I wasn't even loud. I would just make me a little snack in the kitchen. I ain't do nothing crazy. I
know how to creep and crawl. I know how to creep and crawl.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my computer is about to die.
Crying.
BRB.
Listen, I will also say if you have older parents, diaspora parents, black parents, you do have to disappoint them a little bit. I'm always a proponent. Disappoint your parents ever so slight. Because their expectations of you, if you let parents, especially certain brands of parents like the ones I just named, if you let them, they will treat you like you're 16 forever. And I'm not saying you don't have to do this by disrespecting your parents. You don't have to do this by breaking rules and disrespecting your parents' household. Sometimes you putting up boundaries will be perceived as disrespect. Don't get it wrong. You even say anything against it, they're going to be like, and that's why you're rude. But it's not, you're not necessarily being rude. You're like, no, mom, I'm going to go to the party, you know? And it's always such a catch-22 when it's like you're politely telling your parent, like, hey, I'm an adult, I'm going to do this. No rudeness added, and they're still telling you you're disrespectful. That's also something you're definitely going to have to deal with, just so you know, sister.
Yeah. What I will say as far as like advice, because I can tell what type of parents you have, they might have a touch of that religious on it. So the little religious guilt, they probably calling you all types of heifers and whores.
That's where my mama's shit was coming from.
Oh, yeah. So here's my advice to you so that you can because I know sometimes it's like you actually don't feel like trying to restructure and change your parent, and sometimes that's impossible. So it's like, what's the easiest way for you to be comfortable? Like, you know, what's the compromise? So here's what you do. You need to go ahead and figuring out an exit plan, right? Because you living with your parents is not going to be, if you had a great setup, I would tell you to stay the fuck there as long as you can. But I think it's going to end up being a little detrimental to the relationship of your parents. And I think if you have the type of parents that I have, in the sense that we do need to live separately for us to be cool. we got to live separately to be cool. I
moved to Baltimore within a year of moving back in with my mama.
You know what I mean? And that's not no shade to my parents. It's just, you know what I'm saying? When you're an adult, you live differently than when you were a kid. It's
Mama
different.
Got a man
so
now.
If you have that type of situation,
so, you know, she living in Sid now, so she ain't gonna fuck with me too bad.
Right. So What what I will say is figure out an exit plan, right? And figure out what that timeline for the exit plan is. You said you're working, okay, cool. You need to be saving every damn dollar, and you need to be figuring out is that a job that is able to sustain a life, or is it one of those like part-time jobs? Figure out that exit plan and get you a timeline and save up. And you don't even necessarily have to tell your parents that that's your plan, because sometimes they go, well, it could be I can eat. Let me just, you know what I'm saying, do what I can do, right? And in the meantime, between time, sister, um this is gonna this is PR, right? This is a spin it. I never said this was gonna be moral. This is never gonna be ethical. Lie to your parents.
Yeah.
You never thought about lying? Bitch, you're 22. Lie. You never lied to your parents? That's crazy. Like that was actually the easiest thing you could do. Like in the meantime, between time,
I was always at my
go out and fuck who you want. Do you think they know every little snot-nosed nigga you with's address?
Her location.
Bitch, I was at my friend's house.
That's why they want her location. Which and
here's the funny thing. But here's the thing about the location. When you make when you really want to get in your lie bag, the more you give up and the more you're like participant in their bullshit, the less they're going to be on your ass. So if you keep fighting the urge to send their location, they're going to know you're on some bullshit. Versus if you keep their location on and you never change it, and they ask you, you just got to be confident in lie. I was literally at so-and-so house.
But your location say.
Just gaslight them. Literally gaslight them and lie.
Service. I don't know.
And I know your parents are older, because if they're that fucking strict, they're older. And they're baby, lie. You're 22. Again, are they going to beat your ass? If they are, that's a whole different conversation. And bitch, I can't help you with that, because at 29, if my parents was to hit me right now, I would hit them back.
That's so crazy to say out loud.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Sean. Okay, Chantel Christie. You thinking motherfucking Jackie Christie.
You ain't finna just be hitting me at the damn ripe age of 29.
But no, we ain't doing that. Push Jackie first, if I remember how that went.
Right, I think so too. But yeah, like that's honestly and I feel like that's a great tip for you. Start finding you somewhere else to stay.
And lie.
Save that money and lie and go get you some dick, girl. You just not getting dick because your parents said no, and you 22. I just want to
run back down. You want dick from a broke 26-year-old is also an issue for me.
And we do need to address that now.
Stop it. And the only reason you're okay with it is because you're 22.
Now, but see, here's the thing. I was gonna say, but here's the thing. At 22, most of the niggas that we dealt with was broke. Like, I'm not even gonna front on it and try to act like I was dealing with ballers and shot callers at 22. I wasn't. But it was more so on the tip of like, I just didn't even think that far into it. Like, genuinely, it's just like, but of course they were broke. So I'm not even gonna judge you too hard. But don't let that be your nigga. I tell you that much. And you said you don't like him that way. It's just friends with benefits. Okay, cool. Then friend with benefited. And don't let that nigga ever, step too hard being
that
broke.
Ask him why he not talking to no one who's 26 though. Because a 26-year-old bitch ain't gonna fuck with no broke ass 26-year-old man. I think in the case of me and Jamila, we were also fucking with motherfuckers our age. Being broke at 22 and broke at 26 is a bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because it's also like y'all are in the same boat. So I just want to go ahead.
26, it's to start settling out around 26.
He fucking with you because he know he can. He can't pull up on no bitch his age or older and be like, I'm broke. You can't even say no shit like that. I remember me at 26. That wasn't that long ago.
And it's about time since
you still got.
You don't even know what good dick is. Now that I think about it, ain't no way you know what good dick is. You barely be doing it. So you just need to go get you something new and something fresh at a different location. A nigga with a new location that your parents ain't even familiar with. Your parents your parents know too much of your information because you tell them too much. You too scared of your parents. You tell them everything. Your parents don't need to know everything you do. Like, they're your parents, right? So of course they care about your safety. Cool. Them is not your homegirls though. And that's no shade to parents. I know some people be homegirls with their parents, but everybody don't have that relationship with their parents. If you know your parents is overbearing and do the fucking most, then like, we not homegirls. You're not finna know my every damn move.
And you notice the girls who be homegirls with their mamas, there's also a boundary there. It usually happens like at this age. Like, I've noticed I'm becoming back homegirls with my mama right now because it's like, bitch, I'm almost 30. You can't tell me a bitch ass thing to do. Like, we really is homegirls. We just chatting. You know, when you 22, there still is you still close enough to being they child that dynamic has not
Yeah.
all the way dispersed. So you can't really be homegirls with. And I'm not. I know people be close to their mamas, but like when you go out, who be paying? Like it does get to an age where you and your mama take turns picking up the check because both y'all grown.
Oh, I haven't got
You
there yet.
know,
I don't think I'll ever
well,
get there.
I
Never.
think it's different because
Actually, I'm
your
rebuking that.
parents is together. They have a sense.
Okay.
Your parents have a sense of togetherness, and they're a 2-parent household. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I was gonna say, actually,
So
no. When I'm with my
I
parents,
was gonna
I do
say
revert back to being a child. I
you
don't ever. My wallet don't even see the light of day when I'm
peep
with my parents.
peep
I am
peep
your
how you
child.
said parents together plural. But I
Type
will say,
shit.
when I'm with my dad, he might have some dementia. But if we get some food, baby, he pulling that wallet out. He ain't forgot that much. So I love that. Now my mama,
Well, shit. Good luck.
she be asking me, "Am I gonna pay?"
Oh yeah,
That's why
no.
that
That pissed
that
me off. I'm not
that
gonna lie.
that's
Anytime my
why
mama get to talk about paying for
I
something,
I ain't never leave that family phone playing. I don't give a fuck who said
ah,
you 20.
what are we talking about? Like, that is so
No,
wrong. Like, girl, you is my mother. Why would you
no,
ever ask me about
I'm
pay?
not
No, you
leaving.
should see the level of disgust that comes across me and my siblings' face when my parents get to talking about paying for anything. What? Huh?
No, and then
No.
the thing is,
I don't have a wallet on me right now. It's just I'm here
child,
just
my mom
body.
brought that up a few months ago, and I was feeling solid bad. Then we decided she was gonna move into my house in Houston, so I could be between Houston and Atlanta. And I said, and we for sure that phone family plan conversation is done for.
And
And
don't
don't
ask
ask
again.
again.
Matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out a way to add Noah's
I'm
line
trying to
to
get
it.
another phone line. Actually,
Hey, now I just feel like you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm supposed to be your child forever. Let me be a
that's
child
the
in
only
some
thing I
way.
really
I'm
want from
grown in
you.
every
That's the
other
only what I want from
way.
you.
Let me be a
A family
child. Come
plan.
on
That's
now.
why I had the same number since I was 13. You just gonna every time I get
Hello?
doxxed, this motherfucker just gonna have to have my number, child. I ain't gonna change it.
Literally.
Well,
I might get another one
I
though.
was gonna
We'll
say I'm
see.
gonna add
But
one.
yeah,
I want to get a new one, but I'm not gonna get rid of this one.
I hope that
Helps.
I hope that information helped you, sister
Hmm.
girl.
Good luck on all
Um
your endeavors.
Good luck on all of your endeavors, going to them boys'
Hmm.
houses. But also, again, you could get creative. When I was in that age range, I was still busting a thing in a car every now and again. You know what I'm saying? That's when that shit like that still
Well,
works.
I
You know,
was
at
big,
30,
so it never was really given that for me. You're much smaller.
okay. Hey,
I'm
you
not
know what
saying
I
big bitches
mean?
don't fuck in a car, but it would have had to been like an Escalade or something, like some with some room, a Tahoe, suburban SUV. Oh, you had that little box Kia Soul. Oh, your shit was roomy though. I could have
Mhm.
fucked in Jamila's old car. That Kia Soul, that box, that had some room in it. I could have did that.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you're of a certain
Hmm.
age, shit gets stupid. You're supposed to still be a little dumb and do
Yeah.
reckless things, and you're still within that good space. And that's why it's very unfortunate that your parents are this strict. And it's not even unfortunate that your parents are this strict. It's unfortunate that you still listen to your strict ass parents,
Yeah.
being 22, because as strict as your parents may be, are they hunting you down when you leave the house? Like, that's what I'm confused on you just abiding by it. Like, oh, you such a good ass little girl. Good for you, baby. But
Couldn't have been me.
I know you don't want to be for too much longer. So I want you to fly free, butterfly. Spread those wings and spread those legs.
Good luck.
Good luck on your
Don't forget to
endeavors. Write
send
us back.
your spinach to at unhinged and immoral pod at gmail.com. We might read it on the show and give you some advice.
Yes, and let us know if you would like us to implement this with our guest as well. We did it with all the other guests because, again, we were still testing some things out. But let us know if that's something you would want to see. Do you want our guests to tap into the advice as well, or do you want to just keep it in the family? Whatever y'all want to do. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the Patreon. Let me kind of give you guys a little
Hmm.
rundown of what the Patreon is going to be given, okay? So number one, you guys are going to get exclusive drops to the merch, right? You guys are going to get the drops to the merch earlier, and we're also going to give you guys a little discount as well.
Hmm.
You guys are going to get early drops of episodes, right? So depending on the week, you're not going to, they didn't get an early drop of Akeem, but it's okay. That's just the way the cookie crumbled. So You guys are going to get early drops, 2 episodes. You guys are going to get an exclusive series. We have 2 exclusive series going on. One, which is your Spin It, of course. We're going to be doing some Spin It onlys on our Patreon because you guys love it so much. So we're going to, and we have so many built up that we just like, okay, we need to get some of these off, right? So we're going to do that. And then we also started this new series called Screw You. It's our new series that is very reminiscent of a donkey of the day, where we kind of just let some steam off on a certain someone, entity, or what have you, for our unhinged screw crew. So that's something you can look forward to. Make sure you guys purchase your merch. We want to see our faces in the streets. Okay,
is that Noah?
Thank you. Yes, he just got home.
No, because I heard the door, and then I heard like little footsteps and like noises. I said, Noah's home.
He's fighting the urge to jump into the camera.
Oh my God. Hey, Noah.
With that being said,
we'll wrap it up because Jamila has to go into mommy mode. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.